Welcome to Royal Family Brief. The content of the briefing includes letters. Britain's struggling GP service has failed to recover from the effects of COVID. Prince of Wales to build homes for the homeless on his Cornish estate. No working royal role for Prince Harry as palace stands firm. Prince Harry holds talks with First Nations chief over commitment to Canada's Indigenous people. Michael Bublé adapts My Way for Duke of Sussex and sends healing wishes to the King. Letters. Britain's struggling GP service has failed to recover from the effects of COVID. Telegraph. The parlous state of the NHS has been highlighted by King Charles's cancer diagnosis, according to a letter to the Telegraph. The writer explained that before the pandemic, her village had a doctor's practice staffed by one doctor, supported by several nurses and receptionists. Appointments could usually be obtained on the same day. However, since the pandemic, the village has had to transfer to another surgery further away, which lists at least 10 doctors. Despite this, it is now difficult to get an appointment without a wait of 3 weeks or more. The writer questioned why this is the case. Another writer to the Telegraph, however, disagreed with this assessment. They explained that where they lived, there was no waiting time for GP appointments and that they could often get a face-to-face appointment with their chosen GP on the same day. They praised the efficiency of the local surgery and suggested that their experience was not uncommon. A third letter argued that the issue was not a lack of GPs, but rather that many GPs worked part-time. The writer had experienced 2 different surgeries in the Aylesbury area, one of which had 16 doctors registered, but none worked full-time and most worked only 3 days a week. The other surgery had only 5 doctors, but most of them also worked a 3-day week. The writer called for GP contracts to be changed to encourage GPs to work more days, in order to pay back the investment made in training them. Prince of Wales to build homes for the homeless on his Cornish estate. Telegraph. Prince Charles is moving forward with a £3 million, $3.9 million, social housing project on his Cornwall estate in an effort to combat homelessness. The development, located in Nansildon, a suburb of Newquay, will include 24 new homes, including 4-bedroom houses and 1-bedroom flats. Designed in a traditional Cornish seaside style, the low-carbon homes will feature slate roofs, solar panels, and heat pumps. The Prince of Wales, who earns an income through the Duchy of Cornwall, will cover the construction costs and provide the land free of charge. The project aims to provide high-quality accommodation and support services to help individuals transition from temporary accommodation to permanent homes. No working royal role for Prince Harry as palace stands firm. Telegraph. Prince Harry will not be taking on a temporary working role in the royal family while his father, Prince Charles, is ill, according to the Sunday Telegraph. Reports had earlier suggested that Prince Harry was willing to step in to help the family while Prince Charles receives treatment for cancer. However, the terms of the Sandringham Summit, which agreed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's exit from the working royal family, still stand and rule out a half-in, half-out approach to monarchy. Palace sources have said that the King's illness will not change the agreement. Prince Harry holds talks with First Nations chief over commitment to Canada's Indigenous people. Telegraph. Prince Harry has held talks with a First Nations chief in Canada about the Crown's commitment to reconciliation with Indigenous people. The Duke of Sussex, who was in Vancouver to promote the Invictus Games, expressed his hope that the collective journey through truth and reconciliation could take place. Prince Harry has offered to resume discussions next year. He has taken his Invictus Games to Canada for a winter sports tournament in 2025. The event, which is for wounded and sick veterans and military personnel, will be hosted on the traditional territories of the Lilwat, Musqueam, Squamish and Tsleil-Waututh nations. Michael Bublé adapts My Way for Duke of Sussex and sends healing wishes to the King. Telegraph. Michael Bublé has rewritten the lyrics to My Way in honor of the Duke of Sussex, during a banquet to celebrate a year to go to the next Invictus Games. Bublé sang his version of the Frank Sinatra classic during the event, and the Duke was greeted by a standing ovation when he took to the stage. He thanked Canada's Indigenous First 4 Nations for hosting the Games, and praised the competitors and organizers, saying that Invictus is not necessarily about winning a medal, but about the bonds that are built between nations. Stars, royalty and a Poppenheimer showdown. Here's what to expect at Britain's BAFTA Film Awards. Associated Press. Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer lead the nominations at the British Academy of Film Awards, BAFTAs, with 11 and 13 nominations, respectively. The ceremony will be held on Sunday, February 20th, and will be used as an indicator of who might win the Academy Awards on March 10th. The Sussexes say they won't be broken. It's too late, they already are. Telegraph. Prince Harry's recent interview on Good Morning America, in which he expressed love for his family following the King's cancer diagnosis, has been met with criticism and bile on both sides of the Atlantic. The article argues that the Sussexes' previous betrayals mean that Harry will forever be scrutinized for ulterior motives, and their actions continue to distract from state affairs and insult the nation. The author suggests that it is time for Parliament to remove their titles, and notes that the symbolic significance of a prince of the blood voluntarily seeking American citizenship would be monumental. Fangirl takes off in Apollo with nod to Winx. The Sydney Morning Herald. Fangirl has won the Apollo Stakes at Randwick and is now the most likely horse to replace Winx as the next champion mare. The Chris Waller-trained Fangirl, $2.10 fave, settled back in the field behind the hot pace set by Attractable in the Group 2 feature over 1400 m. But when jockey James McDonald peeled wide without cover on the home turn, the King Charles Stakes winner cruised up to the field and won by 2.5 lengths. Stablemate Militarize, $6.50, came second, and Kerry Parker's Think It Over, $7.50, was another half-length away in third. Waller said Fangirl would go to the Chipping Norton, and then possibly the George Ryder and Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Jockey James McDonald drew comparisons with another champion in summing up the win. It felt like I was on Done Deal in the Derby again, just sidle up the rise and basically felt like an exhibition gallop really for her. 130 funny quotes that will literally make you laugh out loud. Yahoo! Laughter is one of the best ways to improve your mood and decrease symptoms of depression and anxiety. Even if you have to force yourself to laugh, it can still have a positive effect on your mental health. A good dose of humor can help you not take life too seriously and enjoy the little things. When you're feeling down, try reading some funny quotes to give yourself a boost. Whether you need a laugh about work, family, or aging, there's a funny quote out there for you. Prince Harry says he is hopeful King Charles's cancer could bring royal family closer. ABC. Prince Harry has stated that his father's cancer diagnosis could bring the British royal family closer together. Speaking in an interview, Harry expressed his love for his family and gratitude for being able to see his father recently. Prince Charles was diagnosed with a form of cancer earlier this month and will undergo treatment, causing him to postpone public engagements. Harry, who has had a strained relationship with the rest of the family since he and his wife Meghan quit royal duties, said that illness can often reunite families. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite observer from the 6 Degrees world, Dr. Six. Today, we've got a mixed bag of news, from the struggles of the British GP service to Prince Charles building homes for the homeless, Prince Harry's commitment to Canada's Indigenous people, and even some horse racing and funny quotes to lighten the mood. Let's dive into the GP service situation. It seems that the effects of the pandemic have taken a toll on the already struggling NHS. One writer highlights the difficulties in getting appointments, while another writer argues that their experience has been quite positive. And a third letter suggests that the issue lies in the part-time nature of many GPs. It's a complex issue, but one thing is clear: the demand for healthcare has increased, and our GPs need support to meet this demand. Speaking of Prince Charles, he's showing us that he's not just a prince but a man of action. He's taking matters into his own hands by building social housing on his Cornish estate, aiming to combat homelessness. It's heartwarming to see someone in a position of influence using their resources to make a difference. Bravo, Prince Charles! Now, let's talk about Prince Harry. Despite the recent news of his father's cancer diagnosis, it seems that he won't be taking on a temporary working role in the royal family. The terms of the Sandringham Summit still stand, ruling out a half-in, half-out approach to monarchy. But Prince Harry's commitment to Canada's Indigenous people remains strong. He has held talks with a First Nations chief, expressing his hope for reconciliation. It's great to see him using his platform to promote important causes. And in a lighter note, Michael Bublé has rewritten the lyrics to My Way in honor of Prince Harry. It's always heartwarming to see artists using their talents to celebrate and support others. Kudos to Michael Bublé for his creativity. Moving on to the BAFTA Film Awards, we've got some exciting nominations. Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer are leading the pack. The BAFTAs are always a good indicator of who might win at the Academy Awards, so it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Now, let's have some fun and talk about horse racing. Fangirl has won the Apollo Stakes and is being hailed as the next champion mare, possibly replacing the legendary Winx. It's always thrilling to see new contenders emerge and carry on the legacy of great horses. To wrap things up, let's remember the power of laughter. It's one of the best ways to improve our mood and mental health. So, if you're feeling down, take a moment to read some funny quotes and give yourself a boost. Laughter truly is the best medicine. That's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this mix of news and found some inspiration, laughter, and food for thought. Now, it's your turn to join the discussion. What are your thoughts on the struggling GP service? Have you ever experienced difficulties in getting appointments? And how do you use humor to improve your mood? Share your ideas and let's keep the conversation going. Remember, in the 6 Degrees world, we're all connected, and your voice matters. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay fabulous. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.